Yes,
Hello.
boy.
The seatbelt check is around the corner. For your safety, remain seated with your seatbelt fastened with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle at all times. And please supervise children. Thank you.
La estación de control de cinturones de seguridad está a la vuelta de la estación. Por su seguridad, mantenga sus manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del vehículo y cuide la
Automated driving technology activated.
Welcome to the Sim Track.
Hey, it's fun.
We'll begin with the capability test to see how your vehicle designs perform under challenging weather and surface conditions.
Monitoring road surface. SIM car performance data acquired.
Let's see how your designs hold up now.
Commencing sim car off-road and extreme weather situations.
That's fun, eh?
Capability test results displayed and verified. Show scan for aerodynamic efficiency. Drive systems analysis.
Yeah, because it's more aerodynamic. And that's because mine is a tailgate.
Responsiveness test.
Okay, the responsiveness data is now being synchronized.
Automated driving technology verified and active.
Man, this is nice. Drifting, son.
Automated crash avoidance technology disengaged. Displaying responsiveness data.
Love we do this, eh?
Use the final test.
Energizing power test.
Yes! Now this is sick! Oh my son! Yes! There was Betsy's car.
Yeah,
You're
woo!
gonna see that.
Watch this power that I put on it. I've got 71 power.
So your mother was driving the taxi to get out. Now that was sick.
Watch my power.
Displaying power test results.
No, it's not.
Testing complete.
Oh, what's that?
This concludes your performance testing. You'll be able to see
that was
custom
sick.
classic
Yeah,
vehicle
my
designs
power's like
simple.
Your one was stopped.
That was
It's just pure skill, Mom.
We each got two, Dad. Dad each got two. No, it's not one. I want two.
There's no way I could turn you down when I know that there's a chance to show you. There's no one that I'm shy around, but if only I could let this out. I could let this. There's no way I could turn you down when I know that there's a chance to show you.
Welcome to the International Space Training Center. You're here today to train for the greatest adventure in the history of mankind, the exploration of deep space. I know you're probably feeling a little bit nervous right now, but don't worry. Every astronaut has felt that way at one time or another, even the heroes who went to the moon. But there is one thing that they have that you don't have: training. Right now, at NASA and ISTC facilities around the world, future astronauts are learning how to live and work in space. But you're here today for flight training, the most thrilling experience that any astronaut candidate will ever have. Before you decide if it's right for you, let me introduce you to your spacecraft. The X-2 Deep Space Shuttle. It's powered by solid hydrogen and can accelerate from 0 to 6,000 in 60 seconds. So when you hear the words, "go for launch," you'll definitely want to hang up. Now, you've already been organized into teams, and soon each of you will be assigned a position: navigator, pilot, commander, or engineer. And the success of your mission will depend on all of you working together as a team. I'll be your capcom, and in a few minutes I'll give all of you specific assignments. But first, our flight director has some safety instructions for you. Lieutenant?
Remember the team number you're standing on. When the doors in front of you open, you will be directed to a flight station with that number on it. When you get there, please stand on the circles. During your Green Team Less Intense training mission, you will be enclosed inside an X2 flight trainer that produces the sensation of a flight through space. Those who are made uncomfortable by enclosed dark spaces or simulators should bypass this experience.
As you can see, astronaut flight training isn't like anything you've ever experienced before. It is intense, and if you would like to opt out, you can sign up for mission control training in the advanced training lab. Just ask any member of the ISTC crew for directions. As for the rest of you, report for your pre-flight briefing. It's go time. Congratulations, team. You've been selected to train for an elite mission, the first mission to Mars. Robotic teams have already established your landing site here at the North Polar Cap. Your mission is to get to that site. Your flight path to Mars will take you around the moon for a lunar gravity assist. But even with that slingshot assist, your trip will take 3 months, so we'll have to put you into hypersleep.
Yeah.
Hypersleep activated.
Don't worry, it'll only seem like a second or two to you. I'll give you a wake-up call when you get to Mars.
T-minus 3 minutes and counting.
Okay, now listen up. Here are your assignments. Navigator, you'll fire the thrusters for lunar orbit insertion and for descent to the surface of Mars. Pilot, on my signal, I'll need you to trigger the second stage rocket and also deploy the shields. Commander, you'll be responsible for first stage separation and activating manual control for landing. Engineer, when it's bedtime, you'll activate hypersleep. You'll also extend the wings for landing. Don't worry. When it's time to push the buttons, they'll light up. Then I'll give you the go. One last thing. In the event of an emergency landing, there are control sticks in every crew position. Okay, Lieutenant.
Hold for final checkout. Flight control, what is your status? All trainers ready for team ingress.
Attention trainees. Follow the markings on the floor to your X2 trainer and begin boarding now. Store personal items in the compartment in front of you. Then reach up and pull down over the string.
Test captain to Mars X2. Welcome aboard, team. After you get settled, check out your butt. Navigator, welcome aboard. Now remember, during the mission, you'll be initiating lunar orbit and descent.
Loading flight plan.
Pilot, the X2 is an excellent ship. All you have to do is fire the second stage and deploy the shield.
This mission's gonna get wrong, man. Let's get to the control.
Yeah.
Surgeons, how are we doing?
Commander tilt rate is a little high.
Commander, everything's A-OK. Just concentrate on your assignment, first stage steps, and manual control.
See, now I'm just hoping I can record this properly.
Engineer, just a reminder, you'll activate hypersleep and extend the
A little
wing.
bit further down.
Everybody check your restraints, please. Everybody ready?
Yep.
Have fun. Here.
Warning, instrument panel closing. If needed, space sickness bags are located on the
Like
instrument
this, Dan,
panel.
like this. Dan.
Yeah, even a little bit more, my boy.
Yeah, that should be fine. I think so.
Yeah.
Well, these switches actually I wonder if we can get out the window yet. See if maybe we can get out the window. go.
Go flight. DC is go. EBS. Go flight. FAO. RPM is go. Back. Go flight. PAO. Go flight. Safety mission.
Ja.
Stop, I need to go to the loo.
Flight mission management team is working. No issues. You have a go to resume with count. Okay, sir. Thank you. Go ahead. Okay, we've got a good vehicle here today. It's time to get it to take a ride, so we'll let you in.
This is Mission Control. We are still waiting for clearance to launch. Everything is A-OK and countdown should resume shortly.
Correct. Fiddling with the buttons and everything. Came over.
Milo, go. Echo. Echoing that.
Oh, no way. Is that the door in front of us? You see the door there? Yeah. That's so cool.
DC is go. No fire.
Attention trainees. Your launch has been delayed. Please remain in your X2 trainer. We will resume countdown momentarily.
SRO is go and range cleared to launch.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just checking.
Good luck, team. All of us here at Mission Control are proud to be a part of this historic liftoff of the first mission to Mars.
Mission Control, this is the firing line. Give us the go, no-go for launch.
Surgeon, network. You are go for launch.
We have main engine start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. The tower is clear. They're all yours.
Mission Control to Mars X2. You are go and throttle up. Commander, initiate first stage separation now.
What?
Computer override initiated. 0G confirmed.
You're looking good, team. Pilot, engage second stage rocket now.
Engaged. Earth orbit. Velocity 15,000. 16,000. 18,000.
You should have visual of the space station now, and you are on course for your slingshot around the moon. Navigator, fire rockets for lunar orbit insertion now.
MOI confirmed.
Beautiful sight, isn't it? Something to dream about on the way to Mars. Engineer, Engineer, activate hypersleep. Now.
Activated. Hypersleep duration 311.
Rise and shine. Let's go, team. We've got a problem.
Beginning evasive maneuvers.
This meteor storm is directly over your Mars landing site.
Proximity alert.
Pilot, deploy the shields now.
Computer override. Shields deployed.
Hang on, team. We're getting you out of there right now. Navigator, fire rockets for descent now.
Rockets fired. 200 miles to planet surface.
Engineer, extend wings for gliding now.
Computer override. Wings extended. Initiating auto landing sequence.
We've lost autopilot. Commander, activate manual control now. All hands on the control sticks. Pull back. Pull back. Left. Pull left. Watch the canyon roll. Now right. Easy left.
They're coming in too hot.
Back to center. Hold it steady.
Runway ends in 1,000 feet.
Pull back.
200.
Watch the barrier.
50 feet.
Pull back. Hang on. Down and clear.
Location, Canyon Edge.
Don't move a muscle. Good work, team. You made it to the landing site. Welcome to Mars, and welcome to the astronaut corps.
Okay, heads back. Releasing restraints.
Oh my darling, I'm falling.
And then go to test track. I still have a lot of friends.
But I'm not shy around you. Save me, be my baby. Call me crazy, but I'm not shy around you. Around you. I'm not shy around you. There's no one that I'm shy around. But if only I could let this out, I could let this out.
Your time machine will slowly rotate back and may stop momentarily. When you sink, remain seated at all times.
This is Spaceship Earth Control. On behalf of Siemens, welcome aboard.
Like a grand and miraculous spaceship, our planet has sailed through the universe of time, and for a brief moment, we have been among its passengers. But where are we going? And what kind of future will we discover there? Surprisingly, the answers lie in our past. Since the dawn of recorded history, we've been inventing the future one step at a time. So let's travel back in time together. I'll show you how our ancestors created the world we know today. And then it will be your turn to create the world of tomorrow. Here, in this hostile world, is where our story begins. We are alone, struggling to survive, until we learn to communicate with one another. Now we can hunt as a team and survive together. It takes 15,000 years to come up with the next bright idea, recording our knowledge on cave walls. There was only one small problem. When we moved, the recorded knowledge stayed behind. Now let's move ahead to ancient Egypt, because something is about to happen here that will change the future forever. This unknown Egyptian pounding reeds flat is inventing papyrus, a sort of paper. Papyrus, in turn, creates better record keeping of plans, designs, and unfortunately taxes. But it also brings with it the dawn of great civilizations. At this point, each civilization has its own form of writing, which none of the others can understand. But the Phoenicians, who trade with all of them, have a solution. They create a simple common alphabet, adaptable to most languages. Remember how easy it was to learn your ABCs? Thank the Phoenicians. They invented them. The ancient Greeks were great inventors of the future. First, they established public schools, and then began teaching an intriguing new subject called mathematics. And with math comes mechanical technology and the birth of the high-tech life we enjoy today. With lessons learned from the Greeks, the Romans create a powerful empire. To move their armies around, they build a system of roads all over the known world. Rome built the first World Wide Web, and it's leading us into the future. Then we hit a roadblock. Rome falls, and the great library of Alexandria in Egypt is burned. Much of our learning is destroyed, lost forever. Or so we think. It turns out there are copies of some of these books in the libraries of the Middle East, being watched over by Arab and Jewish scholars. Call it the first backup system. The books are saved, and with them our dreams of the future. meantime, here in Europe, monks toil endlessly recording books by hand. But that is about to change. In 1450, Gutenberg invents the movable type printing press. Now knowledge can travel as fast as these new books, and travel they do. Books make it easier to invent the future in every field, and the result is an incredible explosion of innovation we call the Renaissance. Now, communication technology races headlong into the future, and soon people all over the world are sharing life's most important moments faster than ever before. By now, we're all communicating from anywhere on Earth, and in 1969, from somewhere else.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
To send a man to the moon, we had to invent a new language, spoken not by man, but by computers. At first, very large, very expensive computers, but we see the potential. What if everyone could have one of these amazing machines in their own house? There's just one problem. They're as big as a house. The solution comes in, of all places, a garage in California. Young people with a passion for shaping the future put the power of the computer in everyone's hands. Together, we form a super network that glows with billions of interactions. And once again, we stand on the brink of a new renaissance. After 30,000 years of time travel, here we are, a truly global community, poised to shape the future of this, our spaceship Earth. For the first time in history, all of us can have a say about the kind of world we want to live in. The choices we have made for the past 30,000 years have been inventing the future one day at a time. And now, it's your turn.
But first I'd like to acquaint you with some important safety information. When the doors to your flight open, please take a seat and store all carry-on items in the underseat compartment. This includes cameras, purses, hats, and of course, these little beauties. Next, fasten your seatbelts, inserting them into the buckle on your right. If smaller aviators don't measure up to the height indicator on the seat, just put the belt through the loop in the center strap before buckling. Nice work, pal. Soon you will be airborne. So if you or your little aviators have a fear of flying or of heights, you might want to wait for your party at the arrival gate. Okay, let's review. That is seatbelt, carry-on item, safety strap, fear of heights, keep your hands and arms inside at all times.
It's fun working here.
Have a nice one.
It's a fun working here.
Alright, everybody, wait right here. I'm gonna go clear the runway. I'll be right back.
Oh.
Alright, everybody, we're gonna begin boarding with row 3, followed by 2, and then 1, row 3.
Front row seats.
We are now conducting our final systems check. Please stow all carry-on items in the under-seat compartment. For your safety, remain seated with your seatbelt fastened during your flight and watch your children.
On the right-hand side of your seatbelt, there is a yellow strap. Find and pull the yellow strap.
This shit's hot, bro. Bro.
So we're into town. We are ready for takeoff.
Yeah. Oh snap. Oh, this is so cool. It's for real. Oh, this is so cool.
It's so HD. It's so HD.
Oh, I wish we had this at home. coolest ride I've ever been on.
Thanks for soaring.
I'm rolling down the